Hello, hello. All right, we are prepared. Byakko in the house. Welcome back to another video. I know it's a continuation from the previous video, but I'm very narcissistic. I like to make more videos that I like to listen to every now and then, and I do feel like um, that sometimes you want a video that you could listen to when you're sleeping or just something that's comforting. And I'm not saying that I'm comforting, but I do feel like there is a topic that I can share that could comfort a person, right? And that is, and wait, hold on, I think. And what's great about being revived in this space is that now I have a structure better than Kizura Leo, the cancer, the canceled lad. We don't talk about him. He sucks. Byakko's better though. Oh, but Byakko is Kizura Leo. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So right now we are gonna talk with which is what is in the title, the journey of an otaku. Now, before I jump into it, uh, maybe for some people they say, "Oh, dude, it's nothing that big, man. It's nothing that big." The thing is, I don't count people who just watch anime out of whim to be an otaku. No, you have to really put yourself with pride. Put yourself with pride that I'm an otaku, and um, that you yourself identify yourself as an otaku, and somewhere down the line in your life that you feel that something about anime or just otaku culture in general affects your lifestyle one way or another. Could be in a health way, could be in how you study or how you communicate. Anything actually, as long as it affects you, and you truly believe that it's from anime, that I can count as an otaku. For you people who just find anime to be fun, and that's all right. But then you don't declare that you like anime, then I ain't gonna accept that. So no, I don't count that as an otaku. So so just as a prologue, I understand. Um, when you step into the anime verse, right? It is very, you could say, it's very different, right? It's very different because it's not like your typical when you come to school. Hey, I watch football. I watch a certain sport. I watch rugby, right? I watch the NFL, something like that. It's not the same, you know. And when you try to make conversations, especially when you're from the other side, be it being in an otaku, it's difficult to mash in with other people, right? Because you know it could be something within sports, or it could be something about gadgets, or it could just be something about just social in general, where they're like, hey, um, Adam, okay, maybe not Adam, Steven the other day said I'm fat, unbelievable, you know. It's something like those, and I'm not saying those conversations are bad. I'm just saying that those type of conversations, I can definitely say that a simple otaku don't understand that, right? I mean, they okay, you know what, I take that back full-heartedly. They do understand that, but they don't want to dabble into that. They don't want to dabble into such a conversation because for them it's like, instead of me talking about that, let's talk about why ReZero is hated and why is that like a bogus thing. And I feel like that's much more of a fun conversation to talk about, at the very least for me, you know. So uh, um, so when starting off as an otaku over here, topic number one, getting into anime. So for me, what's interesting for me was that, here's the thing. I guess like if we're talking about like definition, right? Definition of an anime otaku, and I do understand there are multiple types of otaku. Heck, in Japan, being an otaku doesn't mean that you watch anime. Being an otaku means that you are in and committed and are very very passionate towards something. It could be something about the wild west, you know, being like you just like cowboys, hell yeah, you know. That in of itself is it's a niche of itself. That you could be an otaku for cowboys, and that's pretty good. And you could you could be into like J rock, right? And that is like your main thing, right? That is affecting otaku, but like I guess as a collective throughout the whole world, and otaku for now are just people who really loves anime. But from here, I would definitely say I'm gonna touch on the anime otakus, And here is for me to say that I acknowledge that there are multiple types of otakus. However, over here, I'm going to talk about the anime otakus. And again, when you're stepping inside the anime otaku realm, it is definitely quite competitive. Number one, it's quite competitive and it's quite gatekeepy. Right? It's quite gatekeepy because just because you watch an anime, that doesn't mean that it suffice or okay, this doesn't really count. like you watching A, B, and C is not enough for us to qualify you as an otaku. So to tell my story, I have watched Doraemon. I have watched Doraemon. I have watched Digimon. I have watched Pokemon. But the thing is, I haven't watched Pokemon extensively. I haven't watched Digimon extensively. I haven't watched Doraemon extensively. If you're telling me that otaku means I have to watch every single episode, then most definitely these three are like out of my book. So Doraemon no, Digimon no, Pokemon no. For those who can, my hats off to you. But like I can't understand how some people can actually watch these very long series that sometimes don't really have like a progressive arc to really follow. And I know this could be a very big thing because like, oh, you say that, but you don't really watch Pokemon. Maybe if you would just take Baitu, maybe you would understand. Possibly, maybe. But like when I was watching Pokemon, it felt like, hey, look, a Pokemon, pretty interesting. Pikachu, talk to this person. I that was the idea of what Pokemon was, right? And vice versa with Digimon. And I don't know, after I say that could be some sort of a problem because I know some people look at uh, Digimon and Pokemon two different things. This could be a big take. I kind of see them as the same thing. But okay, enough hot takes. That is for Kiz or Helio to handle. I'm Byakko. I'm a Chad. But okay, so that is that is like the first three anime that I've watched. But then even then, I didn't really feel it in. And then like during my middle school, I watched One Piece. I watched Kiniko Mantaro. Uh, I also watched Naruto, and yes, not the Shippuden first, the normal Naruto, the young Naruto, and I watched Dragon Ball, and pretty cool. I love all of those, but I never qualify them as an anime. When I watched them, it felt like, oh, this is from Malaysia, and it only took my friend who was like pretty good at Japanese, and not only that, he even works. He even works at a Japanese industry as a translator for like 2 weeks for free. He literally works there and went to Japan for free. The only thing that he has to do is just speak good Japanese, and his hotel, his food, basically all the things that's necessary for him to survive is just there. You know, survives at the profit. Can't wait for season 2 of Vinland Saga. Hell the hell yeah. Enough tangents. So wait, I can lost my train of thought. Talking about, oh yeah. But even then, uh wait, yeah, again, I lost my train of thought. But you know what, it doesn't matter. But like, even after watching Naruto, Dragon Ball, and so on, it only took my Japanese mate to show me Sword Art Online and tell me, oh, this is, because I remember I was like, hey, what cartoon is that called, right? And he said, no, it's not a cartoon, it's an anime, right? And I remember when I hear it, I'm like, this is sounds different. And I was like, okay, what is it called? And by this time, when I was talking to my friend about Sword Art Online, I was like hanging out at his house, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna tell you." And I'm like, "Why wouldn't you tell me?" And then he said that well, if I tell you, you would watch it. And I'm like, "Isn't that the plan? For me to watch it and enjoy it, and so that I could talk with you about it?" And he was like, "No." And I'm like, "All right, quirky man, bastard. All right, I love you though. All right." So I came back home, right, and by this time, I didn't have internet in my house. Even like the concept of internet was very weird. And the thing is, I feel like just to give a bit of a generation shock for all of you, I watch anime back then in TV. Yeah, I watch anime in TV back then. So let's just say if I'm gonna watch Fairy Tail, Naruto, and whatever I just said just now, it's always in TV. Doraemon in TV. I want to watch Digimon in TV. I want to watch Bleach in TV. I'm gonna watch Bleach, but then all of a sudden it's episode 28. I just have to sit through that because I don't have the power to change the episodes, right? And I do know by that time there was internet, but then this internet, just the concept of internet, I just don't understand. So I was frustrated. I was frustrated because I'm like, okay, my friend was watching Sword Art Online in his laptop, and I don't know how it is, right? So I told my mom, I was like, hey mom, I'll call my mom Ibu. I was like, hey Ibu, like, how could people watch shows online? And my mom was like, oh yeah, they buy the internet. And I'm like, I wonder how, I wonder how we do that. So I made someone that says one cyber cafe, and the cyber cafe has like fast internet. And I'm like, oh yeah, I heard it from my mom. So I went to the cyber cafe. I typed in Sword Art Online, and boom. Well, I didn't type in Sword Art Online. I went to the cyber cafe and I wrote anime sword, right? I wrote anime sword, and boom, Kirito was there. So only by then I recognized that that was anime, and then later on it spurs on for me to watch more and more and more, and there you have it. It's just me, a basement dweller, watching anime now. uh do I count watching a lot of anime to be only then like the silver lining of you being otaku? It depends really. Like if you come at me and say that, hey, I'm a true otaku, fight me, then yeah, I guess I'll be I guess I'll be a little bit gatekeeping. But if you say, hey, I'm an otaku despite watching a few anime, then I'll be like, you know what, fine. Like you are an otaku level 1. I wouldn't really like bash you for it, nor would I try to argue that you're the opposite. And as a matter of fact, I'm happy that you're trying to charge in with that word, because to have such courage. And when I say courage, it's not because I'm saying, oh, if you said you like anime, oh, you're on the run, or people are gonna hate you. No, that's not the case. I'm just saying that had that were to be the case, it means that, oh, you're gonna be classified as a nerd. The jocks in school, they're just gonna be like, oh, look at this dude. Just gonna make fun of you, and I'm pretty sure including the girls, right? So at that point, once you've disclosed yourself as an otaku, there are like many. Here's the thing. There's a lot of things it's kind of like a VPN. You're blocked at many stations, but then the other places are kind of open as well. So as you're moving backwards, you're moving forwards. I don't know. I don't know. I just created a new methodology, I guess. Okay, so by being an otaku, the most fun conversations that I've had is having another conversation with another otaku, right? Be it at Egypt or anything. It's just like a fun conversation, just to like geek out about why do they think of that and everything, right? And we could talk about more about like other otaku culture, but like I think we're limited in time. So let's change, and over here. Okay, so part 2 is change of lifestyle. All right. So in this second segment, which is within the Otaku's Journey, change of lifestyle. Now, when you're in the anime otaku's world, right? And right now, I want you to imagine you're a gamer, right? You're okay. Imagine that you are a player in this World of Warcraft-ish world, right? So big, so gigantic, and this world just so happens to be a world that revolves around anime, right? And right now, you're in a certain level that, okay, I'm quite strong and I'm quite durable to do as much as I want. But now, by liking a lot of anime and everything, your life kind of changes, because like number one is that how do you socialize with others, right? Because when you socialize with others, right, at this point talking about anything else is very difficult. Now I'm not saying that you can't have any other conversations, like, oh man, as an otaku I can't talk about tea. Bloody hell, I'm an otaku, but I guess I can't talk about like the next iPhone. No, it's just that I feel like at one point, once you're so submerged in the world of otaku, just to have any sort of different conversations besides anime to be a very fulfilling. Okay. First of all, if I say anything that's quite like pretentious, do know I just have like weak word choices. What I'm trying to say is that having a conversation that's exciting and exhilarating as like an anime conversation instead of another conversation could be a bit difficult. Because at the end of the day, when you watch an anime, it's something that you've put hours and hours on. To have those like interesting ideas and concepts within your head, and you just want to explore them with other people, so that way you could get like other insight, right? I think a good example is when you come into One Piece. When you come into One Piece and you talk about, some of the theory crafts, right, and some of the things that are possible with other people, is very insightful and very exciting, right? And just to like go out of that bubble, right? Just to go out of that bubble and talk about something else, like, okay, books in it. Yeah, I read Mr. Kilmer. Woo-hoo. Like it's pretty difficult, right? So that is definitely like a change of lifestyle. Not only that, like sometimes when people watch anime, they stop doing sports overall. Like maybe because you're so indulged, right? You're so indulged in this, and then all of a sudden, like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch anime now. I'm not gonna do sports. Now I'm not here to take your life, but I'm just saying that it does this to people. It does it to be like you watch anime and you love it, and it's to the point you can't stop. There is that. I like to call that like the anime high. Once you're in that, and I'm not saying you're drunk. I guess you're kind of are, because you're so into the shows, right? Because like, you know what? Let me just bring it up. The anime depression. When I mean by that, I'm not saying that you're depressed in a scene of anime, or what the anime is about, which is a sad anime, and you want to watch that and you're depressed. No, it's when you finish an anime, right? When you finish an anime and you're depressed, right? You're depressed by that anime, and you want to watch more. You want to watch more and more and more, and you just keep on that high. Today I'm watching Sword Art Online. Tomorrow I'm watching Anohana. Probably not the best choice to watch afterwards, because Anohana is quite sad. But like, you watch Anohana, and then afterwards maybe you'd watch K-On. Like, it's just, you just keep going on this anime frenzy, and like your original hobbies, or like your other hobbies, right, are taking a toll, because like right now one is already taking the driver's seat, and the others like are at the back, just waiting for, like, I don't know, for a quick park, so that we could change drivers. And by that I mean like trying to go for the other hobby. I don't know. I do not know where I was going for that analogy, but yeah, that was the case. But those things do take a toll. And for me, I was that guy. I was that guy that by the time I get into anime, doing sports was a bit tough. I'm gonna be that guy. Yeah, that's why I'm a bit, I'm a bit chubsters. Yeah, chunkies. But like, I'm just gonna do that on another video about like just life transitions and everything. I think it's going down. But yeah, these things do take a toll, and people can't tell me otherwise. Because again, when you okay, because since we're talking, okay, let's nostalgia talk out of the way. Because again, I am. Here's the thing. I'm both proud and blessed. I'm proud at the fact that I live in a time where I watch anime via television. I watch anime via television, because like, it's because of that I was able to watch a lot of stuff which I would not watch now, but because I had lack of choice, right? Nickelodeon, it won't open up Big Time Rush. It wouldn't open up this stuff that I want to watch. And you know what? I'm just gonna watch Inuyasha. Or like, oh, you know what? I can't really watch Disney Channel's stuff, because all of a sudden they have like this one random movie. I'm just gonna watch Ranma. And I'm gonna be frank, I wouldn't know if I would explore those anime had it weren't been for television, right? I feel like one of the most like greatest aspects about TV, which I feel like internet still can't really replicate, is the fact that because there's only so much choices, it kind of like gives you that slit. It gives you that slit of like, hey, check this out. And television did provide that, and yeah, it was pretty cool, and it was such a cool bonding session. Every single time when my mates come by and be like, hey, I want to watch Fairy Tail, let's go. And then all of a sudden we watch we would watch. I forgot what's this show called. Keeps coming out. Yeah, this show is so forgetful, it's why I forgot. Yeah, Rise of the Yokai Clan. Yeah, it keeps popping out. I don't understand. To be fair, I'm just gonna be honest. I know a lot of people like the show. I think it's alright. And when I say it's alright, I'm not saying I've watched an episode one. Even by via memory, when I was watching Rise of the Yokai Clan, I just can't, man. And I haven't revisited, but I just can't. So yeah, but okay, but that's the TV side of things. But in like the modern side of things, like I can actually, when I feel like it and I want to binge it because I have like loads of time to spare, I would definitely go the distance. I would, I'm like, you know what, today I'm feeling quirky. I just want to like really uh complete Hyoka once again, and I can do that. You may have the intent back then. Let's just say if we're talking about the past again. I know I sound like a freaking boomer, but like, if you want to watch something again, like you gotta really, you know, pray and hope, really rely on luck. Like TV was basically the gacha of watching anime. They say that their first gacha is Genshin. I say my first gacha is television. So yeah, that was quite a time. But again, like about nowadays, because you have like so much stuff to choose, right? So you're kind of spoiled for choice, right? So there's so many things that you could binge and stuff, but because of that, it took so much time in my hands, and it's to the point that things that I should do is just gone. It's just gone. Like I get lazy just to go for a jog. I get lazy just to meet a lad, right? And now, of course, it's different. Now is definitely different, right? But I would say no if I have like other responsibilities, right? That's a different situation, like, a different scenario overall. But like, I would most definitely like do my dues and like do what's healthy for me and what's good for me now. But like back then, like, nah, anime for sure, right? So that was man. I'm going to these lists one by one, and I don't really know how long I've been recording. How long I've been recording? Let's just see right here. I've been recording for 21 minutes. Oh, bloody hell. Uh, Man, let's go for the third one, and I guess we'll end it there, mates. All right. So when you're spiraling down the anime side, right? There's actually more points I did, but I didn't know I would elaborate this much. I guess like from now on, man, fucking Israeli sucks. Freaking sucks. But you're Israeli. Oh, yeah, fair point. Yeah, yeah. And you're a terrible person. Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm a terrible person. Yeah, whatever. So you're friends now, right? You want to find lads, right? The lads that would go and dive with you, right? And of course, as an otaku, you want to find lads that talk the same thing about with you, right? So you watch a series and you really feel strongly about said series, or you have an opinion, you just want to talk about it. Sometimes if you lash it out on Facebook, right? Maybe your mom would read it, and she'd be like, "Oh, sweetie, that's a very nice essay," even though they'd be like, "Oh, mama, that was my that was my very hard endpoint." Oh, cute, want a cookie? It's just like, yeah, like nothing's gonna through your mom. But your lads, they'll be like, nah. Let me tell you something right here, right? They have something to say, right? And the thing is, what's interesting about lads, even since back then, and I feel like a great example of this, yeah, I guess I won't give that example. I guess it's like sort of like Oremo in a way, where like, uh, there's this one girl with the glasses one, right? Where actually the reason why she was like that in the first, because of her old mate, where because because her friend was very into anime, and she knew that, hey, instead of me finding lads that could watch anime, and the percentage of them being good is very hard, how about I have my original friend right here, which doesn't really know about anime, but you know what, I am gonna show her the ways. And I do know Oremo is not really liked because of what it stands for and stuff, but hey, I would dare say that if you kind of, sort of, I know it's kind of hard to ignore that, but if you kind of push that away, try your best to push that away, that I would dare say that short moment of talking about that girl, and I do know, like, oh, you care about that part, I understand, but and it sucks that I don't remember the name, and I know I feel like a fake fan, but her story was so, like, man, it felt so revolutionary, because I'm like, how did I not know this? How did I not know that, by telling a lad, hey, let's watch anime with me. Let me show you a thing or two. And I feel like that is the thing that was missing back then. Back then, it was all more like, hey, you don't watch anime, get out of here. And at that point, I feel like we were no different. We were no different to what the others were with us. And I feel like part of the reason, like I feel like another big, oh excuse me, another big percentage why we watch anime is because we want to find friends. We want to find friends that have the same interests, right? Which is why the first 3 episodes of Orima was very memorable, because the girl with the very wacky glasses, she made an offline meetup. She made an offline meetup with people that she knew online, and they get together, which is how Kirino meets with Kuro, with Kuroneko, and how how those trio get together. And I feel like that's amazing. That is superbly amazing. And it sucks that I had that very traditionalist mindset back then, and I'm guilty as charged as that too. Yeah, Byakko also getting canceled. Hell yeah. I I was at the mindset, oh, you're not an otaku, canceled. And when I really really think about it, I'm like, man, if only I knew. And I guess that's pretty much it. I don't know, maybe I'll make another part 2 of the Otaku's Journey. It's pretty interesting. I never thought, this is my first time. Actually, when I tried to make this video, I was like, will this actually work? Will this actually work with, with like making some sort of a order? I don't like making orders. For me, when I make orders, it feels like I'm following a certain path, and why not me be real with all of you and talk from the heart? But then I feel like it ain't wrong, because I can get like, as you see in this video, I can get like quick dementia at times, so that ain't cool. So at the very least, with like a tab at my side, I was able to keep things on track. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for watching, and hey, if you want to know if you still like want like still want to see me as Kizaru, it's fine, but I prefer Byakko, right? Because Kizaru is gone. Right? Back with Byakko, But if you know Kizaru, pretty cool. All right, that is it for me. Oh, have a good day.